Atlas in the hot seat tonight.
And Atlas.
Goes by the name of Atlas the Bookkeeper. How you feeling, my friend?
So, I have an announcement. This is an important announcement, guys. So, I've decided, after thinking about it, that after about 2.5 years of doing it, I'm going to retire, for now, doing private React videos on Patreon. Now, you might say, what are you talking about? You do private React videos on Patreon? Yeah, I do. And you might not realize that because I don't really talk about it ever, okay? For people who were pledging $50 a month to my Patreon, they were getting about a 20-minute to 30-minute private video made. And it could have been a Q&A video or it could have been a private react to something. But here's what happened, okay? Basically, when I started doing it, it was popular, and I was doing several of these a month, and I was making a ton of money doing it, okay? But over time, I just lost the time that I had to do it in between streams. Like, I used to try to squeeze in these videos, but now, instead of it being, it's like 5 people and each person wants one video that's 20 minutes long. And I'm like, okay, I can squeeze that in. I'll do it between streams. I'll do it fast after a stream. What ended up happening was basically a few people did it. They liked it, but then people ran out of ideas for it. There's literally been one person who kept doing it, Slayer. Slayer, every single month, purchased anywhere from 2 to 4 slots getting private videos made. And as much as I've enjoyed doing them, because they are fun, you know, a lot of the stuff that I've done and reacted to has been quite entertaining. It becomes time consuming when someone's buying a 2-hour slot. It's like, when do I have 2 hours to do this? I don't. Now I have to take a stream off. And if you haven't noticed, I'm way behind. Look, I've been playing Indiana Jones for a month, and I don't even know if we're halfway through. I mean, same thing with Stalker 2. I don't have enough time to play Marvel Rivals to really learn it. People are saying, where's the fighting games? People are saying, where's the indie games? I'm already massively pressed for time. So with that happening, how can I now be taking streams off to do private videos, right? I feel like it just makes more sense to be doing a stream where I'm making content for everyone. We're continuing on with playthroughs. I'm not lagging behind. Than me saying, I'm taking an entire night off just to do a video for one person, you know? And some people might disagree with that, but you have to understand that for me, it's not necessarily just about the money. It's about consistency. It's about keeping up with stuff. And I feel like the last few months, I've just been lagging behind always, constantly, right? So, and here's the other thing too. It's not like it's a popular thing. Every month I get at max 2 people who do it. It's always Slayer and maybe one other person. And at this point, it's just getting to the point where it's too hard to even stay caught up. Like you heard what I just said. I want to have an extra day off. If I take the extra day off, now I don't have the slot to do the private React video, you know? So I think I'm just going to get rid of it for now. And maybe it'll come back at some point. Maybe it won't. But at this point, I just really this year, heading into 2025, all right, I want to commit to being consistent with my content, getting back to the point where I'm actually playing and beating games, right? Because I feel like I'm just not beating games anymore. I play them and then they end up ending because they take too long to finish. That's not good, right? That's definitely not good. So, also, like I said, you know that in January, there's going to be the return of DS Politics later in the month when President Trump is inaugurated. I'm going to start covering politics again. Also, I want to get back into the Throwback channel. Like, I haven't done anything on the Throwback channel in a while. And I want to maybe get back to at least every once in a while doing a Throwback night where we stream over there and we watch one of my old playthroughs and react to it together. We already know what the next one is, Fallout 3. We're going to watch my remastered version of Fallout 3 together and see how I played it the very first time and laugh at that original playthrough. So that's what I mean. Like, I really want to get back into these things. It's like, well, how do I do that if I'm taking entire streams off to do private videos? I think the private video idea was good 2.5 years ago, because 2.5 years ago, my support was nowhere near as good as it is right now. And I basically felt like it didn't really matter what I was doing, that it was more important to be raising funds. Now I feel like I want to get into more consistent content creation and actually completing and beating things. Like, that's more important to me than say, oh, because I did a private video night where 2 hours of my time were purchased for $200, right? Now I made out, because if I did a normal stream, I might have only made $150. Yeah, but I made progress. I finished the playthrough. I made videos that people are expecting, rather than, oh, I just sat here and did a private video for someone. And now everyone was like, well, Phil's not here tonight. You know, to be honest, you guys were pretty disappointed with me with the fact that I've been lagging behind, and then all of a sudden I tell you, oh, I got to take a stream off for this or that. People are like, what? Well, you're already behind. Like, how are you going to take a stream off? And, you know, to some extent, I get what you're saying. So yeah, so I think I'm going to retire the private reacts for now. All right. They may come back in the future, depending on how things go, but I want to just focus on my work and I have to worry about, I got to take time off for this, time off for that, to do this and that. Okay. So I'm doing one more. It's for Slayer, and it's a super video. Like, it's a super duper long one I'm doing for him, but I have to find the time to do it. And you heard what I just said. So this week I wanted to do all gameplay. Oh, wait, but I owe Slayer his video. When do I do it? It's like, you see my problem? I don't want to have a conflict between doing something for a fan that really supports me and doing something for the general audience that also supports me. I don't like having a conflict. I just want to make content. Get it? I just want to make content that people like. And I feel like I kind of backed myself into a corner here with these private reacts. So I got to figure out when to do this final one, and we'll figure it out together. I want to make sure that when I do it, that it's fine and that we're not, you know, right now I want to do like a really consistent week of content. So I'll let you know what's going on with that. But yeah, I'm going to basically have to go to Patreon and change it and be like, yeah, there's no more private react, you know, of any length, you know, because that was the problem, is like having 2-hour blocks. How am I going to do that? I can't do 2-hour blocks of private reacting anymore. So, okay. Anyway, so that's a big change coming up. All right, so guess what? The new boom arm is here. Bear with me. I'm going to go get it. Let's look at it and maybe hook it up and test it out.